we're going big and bold, and we want a new flavor, a new aura of food up here. So every dish I do, you should take literally every component that we have. You should have that in every single bite. That's what makes the dish so elegant.
Welcome to Barefoot, the official podcast of Grand Traverse Resort and Spa and all things Northern Michigan. Whether you're dipping your toes in the lake, sipping wine on the peninsula, or playing your best round of golf, let us guide you on your next up north adventure. Aerie Restaurant and Lounge, one of the best restaurants in Northern Michigan. It is a must stop on your next visit to Grand Traverse Resort and Spa or just Traverse City in general. And we are joined by our new Chef de Cuisine up here in Aerie, Auston Minnich.
Thank you.
This is so exciting because you are new to Aerie, new to the resort, but not new to Michigan. So give me a little background on who you are and where you came from.
Background on me, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. Originally, so I was born and raised in Saginaw. I did my culinary degree in Chicago, Illinois. I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and I did that for about 10 years. I worked for Gordon Ramsay Steak. I learned so much from different chefs, my mentors, and I want to bring that flair to Northern Michigan here at the resort, and I want to bring in my flair also to these dishes.
Is there any kind of specific food group that you like to work with the most?
Everybody asks me that question. It's weird because I know it's weird. They're like, what's your favorite dish? What's your favorite cuisine? So I like doing the comparisons with seasonal vegetables, seasonal items, and we go from there. But a cuisine type, I have a little bit of everything. Asian, I have, American, I have, what you would normally get at a restaurant like this, so in a fine dining restaurant. So I just like doing everything in perspective, that aspect. So yeah.
Well, and Aerie again is a special restaurant. It's at the top of our tower, so you already walk in and are kind of just in awe of the atmosphere, right? You have this gorgeous view of Old Mission Peninsula and Grand Traverse Bay. Even on kind of a gray and gloomy day, it's still a really cool place to be, and people will celebrate anniversaries up here. People get engaged up here. There's very big family moments that are done up here. The holidays are spent up here with a lot of people. So you have all those big events, and the food is what people remember.
Correct. So yeah, we want to bring all those people in. That's part of our job too. We want to make sure this resort is top notch. We're on the 16th floor, like you said. We're doing all those special things for everybody. So we appreciate everybody coming up and enjoying the moment. So
you've been here since the end of the summer,
Yep.
right? End of summer, August of 2021, and you're just starting to kind of bring some new dishes to the menu.
Correct.
And these look and smell incredible.
Thank you.
So let's dive in. It looks like you have 2 starters and an entree. We'll go with the pork belly first, because pork belly's been on the menu in Aerie for a little bit, but this is a different pork belly dish now.
It is, and these are some components that I've used in the past or just in my head. Everything's cherry up here, right? So we want to do, we want to put that aspect in as well, but also have different components for your palate as well. So right now we have a braised pork belly. It's seared and scored, so you see all the score lines. Underneath is a celery root puree, which is very good. There's hazelnuts in it as well. It's a hazelnut celery root puree. It goes well with the pork dish. Nuts and cream, can't go wrong underneath. And then on top is a cherry rhubarb compote, which is very good, sweet. You get the acidity, you get the pork belly, all that stuff. And on the side there is just some kale chips, salt and pepper. Very easy to do, but that just every component in the dish sums it up. So that's our pork belly dish now. So it's a seared pork belly, cherry rhubarb compote, and celery root hazelnut puree underneath.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I really like the kale chips.
Yes,
those look like
they are the hit of the town. I don't know. It's just something so simple but so elegant where we put this in all our dishes. So,
and like you said, cherry. So the cherry rhubarb in Traverse City, cherry capital of the world.
Correct.
So when you can kind of put those little ties into your dishes of where we're located and everything, that's something I think a lot of people get excited about.
Correct. Yeah. So we're going big and bold, and we want a new flavor, a new aura of food up here. So that's what we're going with.
So, okay, let's put a little bit on the plate and then tell me exactly how you make this, because I think I've seen you do the pork belly in the kitchen before, and I was very surprised. It's not a quick food item to make.
It's not. So we cure it. With a little coriander, cumin, salt, pepper. We cure it a lot. So we cure it overnight, and then we braise it with butter, chicken stock, all that goodness going in there. And then we have, the celery and the cherry rhubarb compote to go with.
So this goes overnight?
Overnight, yes. So the cure will go overnight, and then we stop it. We press it down so it's a nice flat. We score it, which brings all the flavors out as you're cooking it as well, and you get that nice cherry sweetness at the end there. So that's where we're at.
Did you say there was hazelnut in the puree?
There is hazelnut. Yep.
You can taste the hints of that.
You can.
So this is what I like. I like knowing kind of what is in the dish and what I'm going to be tasting, because there's certain things I would not think about or maybe even notice, but hearing from you, I think that's a really cool experience. And we've said when these dishes come out, our servers, I mean, they're explaining this because these are much more intricate and kind of elaborate than I think we've had up here in a while. And people should know kind of exactly what they're getting, right?
They should. And every dish I do, you should take literally every component that we have. So your protein, your puree, your kale chips, your compote, you should have that in every single bite. That's what makes the dish so elegant. That's what we're looking for.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
That'll be very popular, because the pork belly's always been popular.
Pork belly, I mean, can't go wrong. I mean, honestly. But, we'll go from there and go
That's
on.
a good starter. And then the peppers, too.
Sure.
Let's talk about those. This dish looks really cool. And these are brand new up here.
Yes. So we're doing a miso aioli. So this is kind of where I went back to the flair of, different regions of cooking, where I've learned what aspects we want up here in Aerie. But we have a miso aioli underneath, and fried lotus root with togarashi, salt and pepper. We have shishito peppers and bonito flakes on top. So it's kind of like a all-around great dish. You want to grab them? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That's what it's for. So you want to grab the chip. You want to grab the shishito. You want to grab the miso aioli. It's tossed with Kewpie mayonnaise and all that stuff. So it's very delicious on every aspect of the dish.
That aioli? That is delicious.
It's delicious, yeah. That's one of my secrets, but we might go from there. But yeah, this dish is totally complete, and you want to eat it as it is on the plate. Take every aspect of all the components and eat it as well.
No, that aioli totally makes it. Yeah, and having those little extra sauce sides, or like again on the pork belly, the cherry rhubarb compote on top. It just, the flavors are incredible.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
That will be a hit for sure. And the peppers taste great. I didn't know how spicy they were going to be.
Well, it's weird with shishitos because one out of the 12 might be spicy, and then you're like, oh, I can't eat them. But then they're not a typical spicy pepper, but how we prepare them shouldn't be that way with every component as well. So
beautiful. Good color, too.
Thank
the color of the aioli on the bottom with the green peppers.
Yes,
that
thank
looks
you.
Nice. Now this, I caught you in the kitchen with the sauce on the bottom, and it looks so good.
Thank you.
That salmon is beautiful. So that's a new entree.
It is a new entree. So from my experience, I've done all salmon different ways. So I like the skin on. You get that crispy skin. You get that nice center. Nice flaky center. So, with every dish, like I said, Caroline, we want to go through. You want to take a bite and get each component. Squirt your lemon on there. Get each component and go from there. But we have a corn coulis underneath, and a braised red cabbage, and a seared skin-on salmon, and then a caramelized cipollini on the side there. Little roasted sweet potato. So we're good on that aspect. But yeah, you want to, like I said, eat every component. Eat it as the dish sells itself.
Presentation is beautiful. How much time and thought kind of goes into how you want to set up and present each dish?
Making a menu is almost simple, right? I shouldn't say it. In my experience, it's almost simple to do that. And then you have that other component where you're like, how do I present this, right? So you could have a million things that are great, but you want to always make sure, you have height, you have this, you have acidity, you have crunch, you have, all that stuff comes into play when you're plating a dish. So we have the crunch on top, the salmon skin, you have the sweetness with the cabbage, you have the kind of end of the acidity with the corn coulis, and then the cipollini on the side. So that's what we're going with every dish we do.
You can hear that crunch.
Yeah,
with the skin. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Crunch that down.
So good. That's kind of hard
you go from there. You can actually save it, whatever you want to do, till the end, Here,
let me have that other plate.
So, but each component is a specific detail of the dish. That's where we're looking for here. So,
and you said it's.
And I think you have every component there. You have the sweet potato, you have the cabbage, you have the corn, you have the salmon. So.
And a little bit of skin.
And a little bit of skin.
A little bit of the crunch too.
That's where we want to go.
And it's a corn on the bottom, you said.
Corn. Yep. It's corn.
And
so we want to make sure, it's not your typical corn. It's not your corn on the cob. It's not your this. It's not your kernels. It's it's blended. So you have your vegetable, you have your cabbage, and then you go from there. So that's
delicious.
What we're looking for. Thank you.
Salmon is one of my favorite fish, and I don't typically eat it with the skin on.
Well.
So it's a nice change to come in.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah.
And try it, but having that crunch.
That crunch at the end is a big portion of it. So I'm actually going to try some too. But.
That's delicious. And these are just 3.
These are just 3 of the 11 that we're doing up here. Yep.
So 11 new dishes on the menu.
11
from
new,
starters to, there's even a new salad. Shrimp cocktail. The gnocchi. Gnocchi's been a really popular dish up here. And that's staying. But again, you've kind of brought your own flair and
that's all it's about too. You can take any protein and make it your own with certain elements of the dish. So that's what we're trying to do up here. So yeah,
chicken.
We're very excited.
Filet, of
Chicken's
course.
finally back. We're finally bringing chicken back. A dish, nice elegant dish with risotto. It's very good. So
the tomahawk steak. How about that one?
Tomahawk steak. Let's talk about that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that is amazing in itself. You can put that on a plate and eat it, but some maple glaze, bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon, right?
No, and Brussels sprouts.
Yeah,
delicious.
Brussels sprouts, bacon, maple syrup. We go from there. A little arugula, which I love. Tomahawk is seared. It's oven baked and it's basted. It's very good.
It's
very
beautiful.
Good steak. Yeah.
It's a beautiful
And that
dish.
smoked steak sauce is top notch. So we get a little smokiness, a little sweetness with the maple glaze, and we go from there. But
all the dishes look incredible, taste incredible, sound incredible. I think it's going to be really excited to have a new kind of revamped menu up here and give people a sense of, again, your experience and your culinary history.
Yep.
And bringing kind of a new flair to Aerie and Northern Michigan.
And that was my number one goal when I first got here. It was like, okay, where can we take this to the next level for locals, guests, and all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So people want to get their reservations.
Yes.
Get up onto the resort.
Yes.
Get up to Aerie.
Yes.
And come see Chef Auston.
And I'm one of those chefs too, where I come out and I, explain dishes if you need me to. I'll come out and I'm that guy. I've been, I go to the tables and stuff like that too. Yeah. So I'm just not in the kitchen, but I'm also, going with the guests and see how everybody's night's going. So.
It completes the entire experience.
Yes.
So that's awesome. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the wonderful taste test.
Thank you.
We're excited for this to come.
You're welcome. So. Thank you, and I hope all goes well. And this is a new experience for everybody, and we're excited. So
awesome. Well, thank you.
All right.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Barefoot. For more details, visit GrandTraversResort.com.